I unfortunately just streamed for real now. And I actually did a little streaming, and I do just see that I'm not in the intro screen. Now I'm into the intro screen. Actually, just see. No, before I even start, if you're a person, okay, you totally are a person. But if you're just, watching this consciously, or if you're just viewing this or listening to that consciously, please go to my YouTube channel. There is the exact same episode as a video episode, and you can then see me actually speak. If this is empty text as well, if this is something you're just, liking, or if this is just something you want to have, please check it out, subscribe to me, and leave a comment that you actually came from the podcast. It would mean the fucking world to me, because I do see some people actually watching or viewing my podcasts, but nobody the fuck is practically going through the videos. Maybe they're not that important enough. Maybe it just will take a lot of time. Maybe I'll just need my early adapters to just kinda spread the message and say, okay, this content is valuable, and tell it to other people. I don't know. But actually, the first time was me actually starting the recording and singing, because I quite like to sing, even though I do not know if I'm the best at it. But actually then thought about it like, okay, is there any possibility that I might get copyright striked for actually singing that certain song? And so I actually stopped the recording, because I thought like, this recording is actually not that too long, and so therefore it's quite okay that I will just, leave it like it is. But then I stopped it, started again, and actually started a stream. And I used to stream because I was thinking like, it would be quite great because there are people live there, and there's, the episode as itself for YouTube, and from this episode as well, I can just extract the audio and just have it as a podcast, which is great. So therefore I'm just providing 3 relevant platforms with sources or with content or whatever you're talking about. Would be great. I kind of stopped it because I thought like, it wasn't quite working for me, especially because my PC was so fucking loud, and, the fans inside of it were just turned up so loudly, and they were just, so immensely loud that it was really just bothering me, first of all, and it did really just, lower the quality of the whole recording, because you can always just, hear the fucking fans in the background, which is, I think, at the moment not that of a case, because, the microphone is pretty near to my face and pretty much away from my, laptop as well, or my, MacBook as well. So therefore it should be totally fine, I think, the audio quality, and it should always also be quite loud as well, which is important for the podcast, because there is nothing more that bothers me if I'm just listening to a podcast where I do not understand everything, and especially if I do just want to understand something. But yeah, as you can see in the background right now, we are going ahead with the summary we started the day before, because this is actually the episode for Friday, because I do have to upload it beforehand, and just before it is Friday. So yeah, I do hope that everything is quite working. I've managed to upload everything, even though I could have done it a little bit better. I could have uploaded the other episode that I've pre-recorded for this day a little earlier, because now I pretty much have to do it afterwards, and I also have to do the posts, and I haven't slept more than 5 hours the last week. So the last working week, from Monday to Friday now, or Thursday actually. Is it Thursday? It's Thursday. But yeah, this is basically a book. It's called Rework. The book is called Rework by two pretty immensely just experienced guys, I would say. They one of them just was the co-founder of 37 Signals, which is a company I pretty much do not know, but yeah, so they are pretty much quite successful, I would say, and so it's definitely valuable what they are saying, because it's often important to actually not just view, not quite view the advice itself, or just watch the advice itself, but also watch the people that gave it to you. the best example is the people that are just, telling you to do something, and I don't know, but they do not have any experience. And this is also one of the reasons why I actually go through a lot of books and a lot of articles, because then I can say, okay, these aren't my beliefs and these are just things that I've learned myself, which is totally the case, because I do not know much about business, which is, basically the thing that we are going through right now. But I do know about my parents' experiences about, self-development and, the things that I did with my body in terms of actually taking cold showers, and which I'm regularly doing. So every single day I'm just taking cold showers after a quite warm shower. But I think I'm gonna do a special video for that, because I've seen at a time where I was just looking for valuable content on this certain topic that there was quite nothing there. And therefore it would be totally great to just provide something for the people, because I know that there is nothing, and that it would actually be great to have something that's, even though I just know that I'm going to make a very, very long video about it, and I shouldn't, because people are in a hurry all the time, but maybe I'm gonna tell them, okay, just listen to the podcast, you can do this as well, and you can do this on a run and download it for free and whatsoever, which is the case. But getting started. A lot of people get caught up with being an entrepreneur, and entrepreneur in fucking quote unquote, which is important, because I think entrepreneur is something that's quite, I do not like the word as such, which is definitely the same thing with being an influencer. But at this time, right now, I'm not viewing the influencer term or the influencer word as something that bad. I've quite never liked it. When I was starting my whole journey, because I was feeling like, but maybe it was just because a lot of people are talking about influencers and everything is about influencers and whatsoever. And especially, I don't know, it might have been a year ago or 2 years or whatsoever, that you can totally hear the people who are saying like, it's so unfair, and it's most of the time elderly people, not like 70 or 80 or whatever, but in their 40s or 50s or 60s, something like this, that they say, it is so unfair that all these influencer kids are just getting so much money for actually doing nothing, and they do just some videos and whatsoever. And back in the days I was thinking like, it is somehow true, it is not quite a lot of work to do this, but I fucking changed my fucking mind, because I'm doing it myself. And I do know if you're doing something yourself, you just think about it differently. It is hard work. It is hard work to post 7 fucking posts a single day on 3 different platforms, even though it's quite not that much, more work to actually put the exact same shit on 3 platforms rather than 1, which is something you should not do, by the way. It is something I do for the purpose of actually just going full in to do basically Instagram, and actually just being a little bit less of cautious about the other platforms, such as Facebook and Twitter. I'm rather on Twitter than Facebook, and Facebook is just something I somehow need for my just business account on Instagram. You just need it somehow, and actually sharing some things on this, because there are actually quite a lot of people just active on a singular platform or on this certain platform, and therefore just not posting something there wouldn't be a great idea, at my point of view at least. Blah, 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 blah. So it is hard work, and it is definitely work, and not definitely everybody can do this, It is something you just have to be also a person for that, If people do not like you, or if you're not charismatic, and basically, if you're just, interested in getting more charismatic, I made a video about it, which was an incredible book, and I just, also gave a lot of value to it additionally. And, I would totally suggest you to go through it and just, view it. I think it was actually pretty long. I think 5 episodes or such, or something like this, which is pretty long. I do have to admit it, but it is valuable and it's pretty great, and I enjoyed it. It was actually a very, very great book. But it is hard work, and it takes a lot of time, and maybe you have the talent for doing it or not. I do not know if I have the talent. I hope I have. And it's just a matter of being patient and doing the work and actually liking what you're doing. Basically what I'm doing could just be done by every single person, but not everybody's fitting this job, and not everybody's also liking just being in front of a camera, just putting your voice out and all these things, or just being in public. Even though I do have to say you can also do this just without a face cam, But I do think it's just way more personal, just looking into your eyes, which I'm doing right now. So into your eyes, which I'm doing right now. And you actually just also being able to see me and, who is behind the things that are, gotten talked about and whatsoever. But I have to go on because actually we are 10 minutes in. No. So everyone gets so concerned with meeting the expectations of the stereotype that they don't get on with the work. Fried and Heinemeier Hansen believe that the word entrepreneur should be replaced with the word starter. They explain that absolutely anyone can be a starter and there's no prerequisite of a business degree. All you need is a bit of a passion and idea and some confidence. Their advice is that you need to stop focusing on meeting the expectations of being an entrepreneur and just get started with the work, which is definitely true. And I do just really want to underline this as well, because I see a lot of people who are just procrastinating, are thinking about, I do want to do this and I do want to do that and I do want to, this other thing, but I think I'm not fitting it, or, some shit like this, which doesn't make any fucking sense. You definitely can, and I just know it, and you definitely can start. And I quite like that maybe entrepreneur as such is a word, I do think, and you shouldn't just, cross it out to something. But a starter is definitely something that everybody can be, and I do think everybody outside there can try or is able to try pretty much maybe what I'm doing right now, so the social media guy thing, and or building their own business. You totally can. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to, because you can use your phone. You might have a laptop. You might have an internet connection. It might not be that fast, but if it's not that fast, you can just make lower quality videos, not like HD or full HD, but HD ready, something like this. So 1280 by 720 or something like this. So something that's not that big, so that the data you're just having to upload isn't that big as well. And a lot of other things. You can, use your lights that are above you or some lights that are standing on your desks. And it's pretty easy. You just need an internet connection, something to record, and you can actually only take your phone as well. Maybe you just print out a few texts, you sit on your bed or sit on the fucking ground and talk to the people. Or, I don't know, if you want to start a t-shirt brand, go to Instagram, post every singular day, just build organic reach or build organic followers, sell them something, provide value to them, and then your business is growing. And, if you do have some money to spend it on ads, and do it like this. And I actually also was thinking about actually starting my own t-shirt brand or t-shirt line, I would say. I think actually under my brand, so actually me as a brand for the t-shirts, to actually also extend my personal brand to some degree as well. And but yeah, because I think it would work. The thing is it actually something that's fitting me? The funny thing, I'm just now saying that, or practically, is this just fitting what I'm doing? Like, I'm the social media guy, I'm the self-development guy, but I also know that it's totally, fucked up saying something like this, and I do just have to stop myself, because Gary V, if you know him, he was the Vine guy, and now he's the social media agency or the agency guy, or the millionaire guy, or multi-millionaire guy, and I could also do this. I could also just do Vine videos, could also taste Vine and tell my shit about it, but I could also just, provide or establish my own brand, or t-shirt brand or clothing brand, so not my personal brand, but you know what I mean, it's definitely possible, through the internet, through all that. You do not even have to print them yourself. You can go to I don't know, Shopify and make your own shop, or you can go to Teespring and, sell your shit there, or you can go to Etsy, and there's Redbubble. There's so many big cartel or something like this is called. There's so many print-on-demand services, which means you're actually selling them, or you're actually giving them your design, and they print it and they ship it, and they kind of provide an platform for actually selling the shit as well. So basically, you get your profit. You just pay the material cost, so the cost of the t-shirt itself, to the company. They print it, they ship it. Maybe there's some fees. I don't know, some really small ones. And yeah, very easy. Everybody's able to make their own clothes, and even just to a pretty extended just extension, because you can definitely print on just leggings and hoodies and I don't know, cases for your phone, so many things. It's just incredible. So start with the work. Please start with the work, as well as I do have to start with actually going a little bit faster because I'm so fucking slow today. So making a difference. Everyone wants to feel as if they are making a difference, having an impact on people's lives. And if you can achieve this, then you can consider the work you're doing great. But Fried and Heinemeier Hansen want everyone to remember that making a difference can be done on many different levels. It's not all about curing cancer. They explain that putting in the effort to meet people's needs is making a difference, no matter what the scale. If you have created a product that makes even just one aspect of people's life a little bit easier, then you're making a difference. And this is something I'm trying to do as well, to not really be like just tapping myself on the shoulder or on the back. Actually speaking the truth, this is something I actually didn't start the whole journey at first because of this. I was quite making money and and whatsoever, and I was quite always looking for ways to make money. And I as I was just seeing Gary Vee and his preaching and whatsoever, I finally decided to actually start this journey that I'm on right now, which is an amazing journey. It helped me in so many ways, and it still helps me in so many ways, and I can also help other people. And I know this because even when I'm just documenting my day or just showing what I'm doing, it is just great for other people, because people are interested in watching other people. And I think through the shit that I'm talking there, especially as a podcast, because there's no audio version of what I'm talking about there. So you could basically skip all the parts that I'm talking about, what I think and my opinions and whatsoever, and then you just practically have an audio version of what I'm reading right now. And the information there is already, very, very valuable. And I've been doing so many episodes, so there's so much content and so much books that I've been gone through. It is amazing. And you can definitely make a difference pretty easily. Just smiling at the people and just making them smile through your smile is just a change in their behavior and change in their life, and something that, they might be very, very happy about. Definitely, why not? What do you want? A very great question. I like questions in general. Questions, I think, just really open a lot of doors for yourself, in terms of actually understanding yourself, and also in terms of, I'll go with understanding yourself. Because if you're asking maybe like, what is driving me? Was this the right decision? Was it an easy decision? An easy decision? An easy decision, yeah, it was right. And all these things. So there are many, many great questions. I even made a video on questions with a book. There were quite a lot of questions in. I think you will be able to find it as well. But yeah, so what do you want? Freund and Heinemeier Hansen believe that you should scratch your own itch in order to create a successful product. And they are referring to designing a product or service that you want. Finding a problem in your life and solving it. By doing this, you'll immediately know if you are on the right track or not, which is definitely great advice. And great advice whatsoever. I don't fucking know. It's definitely good advice, because it is the easiest way to start. And sorry for not showing you. It is the easiest way to start, because if there's something that's bothering so fucking immensely, or this is just pissing you on, then by just solving it, which totally will be a problem that some other people might have had or have as well, then you're just providing something for other people that will help them, and it is helping you, and you can totally track it, as they say, if you're actually on the right path. Because if you've solved it and solved the problem to some extension, so not only for you and this is only working for you, but also for other people, then you are just on the right path and you're just doing everything right, at least at my point of view. But yeah, so if you spend your time trying to solve a problem you don't have or one you don't know much about, you're going to struggle. Definitely also true. Turn your ideas into something. Having an idea is all good and well, but it's the execution of your idea that's important. And that's where the proof is. Fried and Heyer Hansen explained that having an idea really isn't that valuable. Everyone has ideas. It's what you do with your ideas that counts. You got to commit to your idea and turn it into a reality, into something tangible and that can be sold. You simply can't sit back hoarding ideas. That's totally right and totally makes sense. And, it's quite always the thing that I'm referring to, which is a quote of Tony Robbins when he was saying, okay, knowledge is, good and well, but knowledge without expectation is just potential power, and not something like a lot of people just say that knowledge is power. But if you're not executing on the knowledge you're having, then there is no power. Where is the power then? If you're just doing nothing with the ideas or the knowledge and the thoughts you're having. And it's also something that Seth Godin, that I've been recently featuring on the channel or on the podcast with this book. Let me remember. With his book Linchpin, I was also trying to say. He was saying like, okay, you are an artist and you're creating something, but if you're not distributing it, it's not art, even though you're an artist, and it's the exact same thing, I would say. Timing. A common excuse is that everyone has no time, which is total bullshit, my point of view. You might have a brilliant idea, but you just don't have the time to invest in your idea and make it a reality. Fried and Heyer Hansen believe that this is no excuse, and if you want something bad enough, you do whatever it takes to make the time. They emphasize the importance of holding yourself accountable. Don't hold yourself back with excuses. If you have a dream, then it's entirely up to you to make it happen. That's totally true. You have the ability to change your future, but you can't actually change your past. So do not dwell around the past, which is also something that I have to remember myself on quite often. I quite often just think about the past, and then there's some show thing, I only know the German kind of phrase or like this, whatever it is called actually. But I'm just a little shivering a little bit because of some things that I did in the past, which are so somehow cringy, I don't know. And I do then always have to remind myself, okay, this was in the past and this is nothing that I do have to associate with myself in the present, because I know it wasn't maybe the best idea or the best thing I did, even though most of the time these are just things that I quite find like, chivalry, but all the people that are also included or also have to do with this certain situation or whatever it was, I do just think that they do not think just anything about it. But you're pretty much accountable for what your life looks like, especially in the present and even more especially in the future, because you can change your future right now. The past is the past, the present is the present, but you can change the present definitely, and by changing the present you can also just change the past, and not the past but the future as well. Besides, the perfect time never arrives. You're always too young or old or busy or broke or something else. If you constantly fret about timing things perfectly, they will never happen. Be more than just a product or service. Fried and Hyman and Hansen believe that if you want to build a successful business, you have to have some depth. You can't be all about it. You can't be all about your product or service. There has to be more to you. Your business needs to have a point of view and have some strong beliefs. You need to be able to explain to the world what your beliefs are. This is where mission statements come in, but it is important to actually live and breathe your mission statement. Statement or statements, it is all too easy to write something down on paper, but it is another thing to actually stand for something and live it. Totally true. Definitely the point. Money, money, and money. Fried and Heinemann Hansen explain that they have seen far too many businesses work hard to raise money only to be unsuccessful or to have regrets. Also something that Gary is just always talking about, that there are a lot of companies who are raising a lot of money, and that's definitely true. And the thing is, raising money from just foreign people or people you don't know or just strangers is pretty easy, and it feels quite normal and feels okay. Even if you're losing it, then it's like, you just fucked up, but you have learned something. But a lot of people lost their money, and a lot of people will be pissed because you lost their money. And it is something different if it's a stranger or somebody you quite don't know, or if it's your, mother or father or some other relatives of yours. Then it is just really fucked up. If you just know, okay, you have lost the 10K that your aunt or your mother or father could have needed. This is just fucked up. And yeah, but I do think nowadays all the people have the ability to raise some money, and it's quite, I think, pretty easy even. But yeah, I never tried to actually raise money. By raising money from the outside, you are giving up some of your freedom. If you have investors and boards of directors, they are all going to want to have a say, and all of a sudden your business isn't yours anymore. Fried and Hyman and Hansen explained that getting money from the outside should be your last resort. Try everything else before you have to go down that road. Yeah, it makes sense, because if you do not have any freedoms, it's not that nice of a feeling like it was, I think. I actually do think that having your own business is quite something that a lot of people think about. It's just really nice, and I want to have my own business because it gives me a lot of money and opportunities, and I could do whatever I want. But the thing is, we actually talked about in school about insurances, because actually, if you don't know, I'm quite always wearing the cap of the Vienna Insurance Group. Somehow this is one of the only, besides the whole fact that I quite find it funny, that is, it's just merch. It's just free merch I got somewhere. I do not even know where I got it from, but it's just, merch, and I'm just wearing every single day, but seriously. I'm seriously just wearing it. And I, first of all, find it quite funny, and this maybe it's just complimenting my personality, but also think it fits me quite well. Not like this one, because you can totally see the hair, besides my head or on the sides of my head. I'm looking that great, but in general, the caps I think are great. And but I just was thinking about it. But what did I actually? So just having your own business and being your own just employee, quiet, or being self-employed and whatsoever seems to be quite great. And I do also think that it is quite okay and great, and could definitely be something that a lot of people are looking for, and whatsoever. But it isn't that nice at all, because you're the only one who is responsible for everything. You're responsible for just, fucking with other businesses, or not having any clients, or just letting your business go down, or just you're the person that's just accountable, or that's just accountable for actually doing the profits, for growing the business, and for doing all these things. And it's really not that easy, I would say, at least. And yeah, I think this is it. And even because we were just speaking about insurances, there is even an insurance, at least in Austria, we have one, or one possibility of actually buying it, so it's nothing from the state, something you do have to just, privately have to acquisitate or acquisite, I don't know, so just get or, buy or however you want to talk about this. But it is actually like if you're having your own business and if you're just ill for a longer period of time, you will lose a lot of money if you do not have any employees who could just, run the whole thing. But if not, and there might be some days where you're ill, which is something that's not that of a crazy thing, but there's actually an insurance that actually just gives you back some money or just somehow insurances you, whatever it is actually called, I don't fucking know, actually gives you money if it is actually the case that you just are losing a lot of money because you're self-employed and you're ill. But sometimes it's like, okay, they actually only buy you something or just pay you something after 4 days of you being ill. But if you're in the hospital, it's, I think, from day one up to where you can just, work again and whatsoever. It's quite funny, and it's also quite a little bit, you can see, okay, it's maybe not that funny all the time having your own business, being self-employed and all these things. But I still hope that it's not like, the double of the sound, because you're actually hearing it from my boxes as well. But this is it with the episode. I fairly went through quite a few things. I talked a little bit too much, I think, but I think it's fine. Should definitely be. But I wish you the best health, wealth, happiness, and success. And yeah, please do not forget to think about your legacy and giving back to the people, and how you're gonna be remembered by all the people. And yeah, with that being said, I wish you the best. And I'll see you hopefully today as well, because there are 2 episodes today. If it's Friday, I hope so. And I'll see you.